Welcome all of you students. In previous lecture, we have studied the methods for obtaining two coherent sources. Now today's lecture, we will discuss about the new point, that is optical path. So we consider a light wave which is having angular frequency omega and a wave vector k is traveling in vacuum along x direction. Then its phase is given by kx minus omega t. So this is the phase of light wave when it travels in, say, vacuum. Now the relation between wave vector k and angular frequency omega is given by k is equal to omega upon v, where v is the speed of the wave, which is c in vacuum, where c is the speed of wave in vacuum medium. If the light wave travels a distance, say delta x, then its phase changes by delta phi is equal to k delta x. Then substitute the value of wave vector k, we get omega delta x by v. So this is the change in phase. Now when the wave is traveling in vacuum, then wave vector k is equal to omega by c, and change in phase delta phi is equal to omega delta x by c. If the light wave is traveling in a medium having refractive index n, then its wave vector k dash and angular frequency omega are related as k dash is equal to omega by v, that is equal to omega upon c upon n, that is equal to omega n by c. Now here we have replaced speed v by c upon n. Then we have got omega n by c. So this is the wave vector. Now when a wave travels a distance delta x in a medium, then its phase difference generated will be delta phi dash is equal to k dash delta x, that is equal to omega n delta x by c, that is equal to omega delta x dash by c, where delta x dash is equal to n delta x. Now here, when the wave travels a distance delta x in a medium having refractive index n, then its phase changes by the same amount as it would if the wave had traveled a distance n delta x in vacuum. Thus, we can say the path of delta x in a medium of refractive index n is equivalent to a path length of n delta x in vacuum. And here n delta x is called the optical path traveled by the wave. So n delta x is the optical path traveled by the wave. Thus, we can also say optical path through a medium is the effective path traveled by light in vacuum to generate the same phase difference. In vacuum, the optical path is equal to the actual path traveled by the wave, because the refractive index in vacuum is equal to 1, that is n is equal to 1, hence the optical path is equal to the actual path traveled by that wave. We can also define the optical path is the corresponding path in vacuum that light travels in the same time as it takes in given media. Therefore, we can write by the definition of speed. As we know, speed is equal to distance upon time. Therefore, time is equal to distance upon speed. Therefore, time t is equal to distance in medium divided by speed in medium, that is same as distance in vacuum divided by speed in vacuum. Therefore, optical path is equal to distance in vacuum, and that is equal to speed in vacuum divided by speed in medium into distance in medium. But this term is nothing but the refractive index. Therefore, optical path is equal to n into distance in media. Thus, the distance travelled in a medium of refractive index n introduces a path difference that is equal to nd minus d, that is equal to dn minus 1. Here we have taken d common and into bracket n minus 1. So this is the path difference over a ray traveling equal distance through vacuum. Now we have this diagram. We have already seen this diagram in Young's double slit experiment. So here we have S1 and S2, two coherent sources or secondary sources, and this is the screen where we can see an interference pattern. Now, when two waves interfere constructively, when their path lengths are equal, or differ by an integral multiple of the wavelength. That means we can observe a constructive interference when the path lengths of the two waves are equal or differ by an integral multiple of the wavelength lambda. Now, if we introduce a transparent plate of thickness T and a refractive index N, thickness, so here we have introduced a transparent plate which is having thickness T and refractive index N in front of slit S1 as shown in this figure. Then the optical path traveled by the wave along S1P is higher than that traveled by the wave along S1P in absence of the plate by n-1 t. Thus, the optical path lengths of these waves and therefore phases of the rays reaching the midpoint O dash from S1 and S2 will not be equal. Therefore, the path lengths will be equal at a point different than O dash, and so the bright fringe will not occur at point O dash, but it occurs at different point where the two optical path lengths are equal, and the dark and bright fringes will be situated symmetrically on both sides of this central bright fringe. Dark and bright fringes are symmetrically on both sides of this central bright fringe. Hence, the whole interference pattern or entire interference pattern will shift in one direction. So the entire or whole interference pattern will be shifted in one direction. So this is all about the optical path. In next lecture, we will discuss about the new concept, that is diffraction of light. Thank you.